Our next performer is our first new performer of the night. He messaged me about performing the same way that most people do any social interaction nowadays, via Facebook. So without further ado, please welcome Jack Williamson.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. It's good to be here. It's good to see all the Yaleys and those who have sired Yaleys. It's good to be here. I'm trying to look and see which of you looks the weirdest right now. There's one of you who's the weirdest one here. Okay, I found him. I'm not going to tell you who it is. Okay, we're going to ignore that. I'm not going to tell you who it is because I want you to all feel insecure. And I want you to all feel insecure because of this reason. It's good to be insecure. It's good to be weird, but it's more important to be insecure. And I'll give you an example of why. Everyone's got a weirdness radius, okay? And what this means is that you may affect the people around you by how weird you are. For most people, this is self-contained. So you have a dirty thought or a weird thought like, oh, I want to have sex with my 50-year-old psych professor. What's wrong with me? I'm weird. But that stays self-contained, and you don't affect people with it. That's good. That's normal, insecure behavior, okay? You walk around as a normal, insecure person. What's bad is this. I was walking to Silman Dining Hall and walked by a dude who's got bright green furry earmuffs. I thought they were earmuffs until I walked by and I hear this sound coming from him. He was listening to whale sounds. I looked it up later. People listen to this. People listen to animals making sound. This isn't the weird part. I walk by him, and as I'm walking by, he turns towards me and he goes, he makes that. It's not a burp, it's not a cough, it's a guttural, visceral sound. And he says, excuse me, and keeps walking. Excuse me is not the appropriate thing to say at that point. He keeps walking. I'm not confrontational, but I just go like this. And I just look after him, and I want to be able to say this. I want to live in a society where I can say, bro, radius, watch it. Watch your weirdness radius. I want to be able to say that, but we can't. We don't live in that society. But I don't want to make it seem like I'm not weird. I'm definitely weird. And I'm weird because I'm a dude, and dudes are weird for two reasons. Because of masturbation, because of how much we think about sex. And I'm checking the reaction here. I'm feeling the reaction. We're going to talk, it's the cucumber. I have no qualification to say that, I've never been here, but fuck it, we're going to talk about it. So, let me give you one example. I knew my roommate's schedule before he knew his schedule. Just let that sink in for a second. I needed to know when he was going to be in the room and when he would not be in the room. Because I needed to know when I could go and do what I needed to do. And I say need to do, if you really think about it. If you let logic seep in as you're about to go masturbate, if you say, we don't need this, we're better than this. I bet we could go one day without doing it 3 times. I bet we could. If you let those thoughts in, you'd probably be fine, but cooler heads don't prevail. They don't. So you finish, and then you're like, it's the worst moment of your life. 100% of the time you finish is the worst moment of your life. And it's weird because we prioritize it. It's a big part of my day. At least I do. I'm a good planner, okay? In the morning when I wake up, I'm like, look, I gotta do this. Yeah, I gotta masturbate at some point. And it's like, you're like a mom who's buying groceries. You gotta get fruits, vegetables, your 5-year-old kid walks up, gotta get ice cream. You're like, yeah, I gotta get ice cream too. I understand that's interesting for you to listen, so I'm gonna clarify that analogy for you. There's a 5-year-old boy who wants ice cream, which is masturbation. There's a mom, which makes you think of your mom, in this joke about masturbation, and she is complicit in the masturbation. So the next time you go to masturbate, you're gonna think about that, which is good. But, no, I know, and the thing is too, women in general, they don't understand this. I was with my mom and this older woman the other day, and she's like, my son is, he's going through sex ed. And he told me, is this true? Is it men can't go 5 minutes without thinking about intercourse? And when she said intercourse, I was like, oh, fuck. Don't say that word ever again. And that's where I turned like high and mighty because I heard the word intercourse. But it's just, don't ever, PSA, don't say that word. Don't say intercourse. It's bad. But anyway, the question isn't how long can a man go without thinking about sex? It's what happened? What tragedy or natural disaster, assassination happened to make me stop thinking about sex? That's really the question. It's like, something must have happened. Something terrible happened to make me stop thinking about sex. And it's bad. It starts at a young age. I started, this process when I was in 7th grade. And so I grew up with weird fears. Like I was 100% sure that one day, because of all the porn that I watched, police would show up to my door, knock on the door, Mrs. Williamson, is your son here? We're gonna find him. We're gonna find him. We've been authorized a special task force to capture the porn kingpin of Newport Beach. We're gonna find him. Where is he? Is he here? He's accessed this website. 468,000 times. The death penalty? Well, the district attorney does think we can convict on the death penalty. It'll be groundbreaking legislation coming this way. And that was my childhood, basically. Every time I'd see a cop car coming down the street, that was my fear. But anyway, thanks so much. I'm going to leave you guys with that. Jack Williamson. Thanks, everyone.
Let's get another round of applause for Jack for his first performance. Thank you, that was awesome. Our next performer is also named Jack, so we're going to pit them against each other and see who does better. We could call it a jack-off. I have to stay on theme, guys. Sorry, guys.